Industry Buzz with 3Zs.com. Now, bringing integrity back to media. Lutonya M. Lane.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is your girlfriend, your buddy, your pal, and you're now tuned in to the BuzzZinOFF with Lutonya TV show. It is going down. I need y'all to do me a huge favor. Share, share, share. Get all of your cousins, your buddies, your friends, your pals. Let them know. Inspiration is definitely on the move. Make it viral today. We have Leticia in the building, and she's going to talk to you about getting rid of that bad habit of holding on to something that's toxic in your life. Through her transparent book, The Good and Goodbye. Yes, honey. Bye, Felicia. Thank you so much for joining us on today.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
Look, I was looking at the book and I said, Erin, is that her?
You know, you got to change it up for the summer.
Definitely. And you changing it up. And you have changed up a lot of things in your life.
Absolutely.
You know, tell us, how did this book come about where you decided to be transparent?
Well, I grew up in Chicago. My father was, well, he still is rather strung out on drugs. So I suffered from abandonment issues. And because of that, I attracted relationships where even if it was abusive, even if they were cheating and lying, I didn't want to let them go because I felt like without them, I was pretty much nothing. And it started from my father at a young age.
Now, you are very transparent when it comes to your story. Why was that so important for you to put it in a book form?
I think now, because nowadays we're living in a society where everybody is trying to mask who they really are, and nobody really wants to tell their truth. And so it was important for me to be transparent because I know that I'm not the only one that has experienced what I've experienced. Yeah. And so I wanted the other people in the world in general to know that they aren't by themselves.
Where was that starting point for you where it came to a place where, you know what, it's time for me to heal, or you gained that understanding of where you actually were? What was that turning point for you?
The turning point was after a 6-year relationship. I felt like enough was enough. Why was I wanted to really sit down and analyze why I was attracting such dysfunctional things in my life. And I started to realize that it was not them, that it was me. That I had to get to the root of the problem. And all of the things that I had to mask and wanted to suppress, I had to really face them and start moving forward.
And you sure move forward, girl. You snatch it. You like, look, after a divorce, you be like, hey. You know, you get new hair, you get new clothes, toss out everything, do who is that, waiting to exhale, you know what she do. Light it up, girl, light up that past.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm happy about this journey. You know, sometimes when you be in a relationship for so long, you don't know yourself anymore. So on this journey, I've really started to get to know Tisha. That means changing the color of my hair, buying new fancy shoes, getting extra colors on my nails, whatever it is, it's getting back to me. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody has a different way of adjusting to loss, you know, whether it's loss in a relationship. Did you feel like that, you know, dysfunction that you was experiencing, that it went over into other decisions that you made in your life as well?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, everything from where I live to the type of friendships that I allowed in my space. Everything was really contingent on if this will work with the relationship. So if my friends didn't, or if he didn't like my friends, they had to go. If my family didn't care for him, and sometimes they didn't, but you know, they're great people. Sometimes they didn't. Then I kind of cut them off. And so I was losing. I didn't realize how much I was losing trying to keep something that was really already a loss.
And this is this your second book?
It is.
Now tell us about your first book as well.
Okay, the first one is called Help, I'm Dealing with a Sexually Transmitted Demon in the Church. It's about growing up. My parents, my stepfather is a pastor, and while we were in church, I was being molested by the musician. And I didn't say anything because he was a great musician, and you know, you didn't want to cause this big uproar in the church. And then now I'm the little girl, the pastor's daughter, is lying on the musician. So I didn't say anything. And so I thought taking my power back was sleeping with who I wanted to sleep with. When really I was just piling on more dysfunction and more hurt and more pain. Yeah. So I had to shut down, no sex, no relationships until I was really made whole. Yeah.
That is definitely a story to talk about as well, you know, because I think it brings us into the latter part of this book and whatever else you're going to have next. I know you got something else up your sleeve, girl.
Absolutely.
I know you do. But so many people are dealing with different things that's going on in the church, you know, and as you talked about the transparency, do you think that, well, I feel like the church is for, you know, people that are sick anyway.
Absolutely.
You know, but when that happened to you, how would, like, what was that point where you decided to put it in a book? Did you tell your parents before that even happened, or?
No.
Oh, wow. So they saw it.
They found out probably maybe a month before I was going to release the book. And I had to do it that way because, you know, I told part of their story in it. And this was somebody that was their friend. And so I had to tell them. But it took me till the age of 23. This started happening when I was about 10 to actually tell them. And it still bothers them to this day. But, you know, we're a strong family, and we got through it. Yeah.
And look, just because daddy a PK, I mean, just because he a pastor don't mean he won't go to jail for somebody.
He was ready.
look, I'm a PK kid, but my daddy came from the streets, so
Absolutely.
I know. Look, he was a little thug, so I know. So you decided to then continue your stages of healing. How was that pattern for you, like, to understand it, coming from that to go into this? Like, was it a level of uncovering? Did you know, go through self-help classes, or was this just a decision that you made?
Well, you know, honestly, I have a very solid relationship with God, and without that relationship, I wouldn't be able to function even now. So it took me really sitting down and praying and having a very honest discussion with God. Like, look, I'm mad at you. This happened where I'm supposed to be protected, not just by my parents, but by you. This is in the church. And so I had a very transparent conversation with God, and I told him I wanted to be healed. And he took me on the journey, and the start of the journey was showing me. So all of the ugly things, all of the things that I may not have liked about myself, all of the character flaws that I had and I thought was okay, because I was justifying it by, okay, well, this is what happened to me, so now I'm doing this. So he really set me down and began to uncover all of those things that I was trying to hide about myself at first. Yeah. And then from there, showing me the different people that needed to go in order for this to be successful. Yeah.
And we are definitely reading this book, The Good and Goodbye. There is a good in everything, you know, that happened to us, and your story has helped so many women. Was that an intent behind, you know, writing a book, or was it just a therapeutic, you know, moment for you to just get it out?
I think both. I think initially it was me just getting it all out, because now that I'm a minister and a leader in the church, sometimes you don't want to bleed too much in the church, because you have to be strong for leaders. And I lead young people, so I have to be strong for my babies. And so I said my outlet would be, of course, counseling with my pastor and different things like that. So I said I'll write it all in a book. Now they done read the book, so kind of defeated the purpose.
Alright, so you couldn't tell us? Right. You put it in the book. Look, did you put their names in? Then we got some Shaniquas and some Washitas and stuff.
It's very transparent.
Well, that's what I love about it, because so many times people are going through things in their lives and they don't want, like you said, they're bleeding and they don't want other people to know it. But when you're bleeding, you're actually, you know, planting the seed for somebody else.
Absolutely.
You know, to be able to bleed as well and get healed. Because after there is an open wound, healing comes.
Absolutely.
It definitely comes.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. And I've learned that, especially with how broken I was, and I was like wondering, like, why am I steady attracting these type of people? And it's because broken people attract broken people, and you bump heads, and then there's dysfunction. But if you're whole first, then you'll start to exude that energy out into the world, and then it'll come back to you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, definitely inspiration is coming back to you. Everything that God has for you is coming back to you. Now, you talked about the divorce didn't destroy you, the breakup didn't kill you, and your past can no longer hinder you. It's time to say goodbye to all those things and move forward with peace and strength. Where did that statement come from? Me. Don't say it like I know it came from you, rascal. Good job, Aaron. We got you. Look, hashtag it was said by her.
Well, it just came from, I guess, talking to so many different people, and a lot of the things that they were dealing with was struggling with letting go of dysfunctional relationships, struggling to find yourself after a divorce, all of the things that people don't really want to talk about. They want to talk about it, but you got to be careful with that even in itself. So it just came from talking to different people and my own experience. Yeah.
What would you say to another little girl that's looking at you right now, or to the little girl that happened to? What would you want to say to those little girls?
I would definitely say I understand exactly where you are, that you are not by yourself, that what you experienced somebody else has went through and they made it through. And I know it's rough right now, but it'll serve its purpose. You'll see why.
Well, we see why today. You are definitely an inspiration to me and to all the young ladies that's out here. There is a good and goodbye. Bye, baby. Inspiration is definitely on the move. How can people connect to you and find out more?
Oh, I have a website. It's www.leticiamorris.com, and of course all social media outlets. So Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, all Leticia Morris. So
say Google me, baby.
Right.
Thank you so much for tuning in with us today. Inspiration is definitely on the move. I need you to go and get this book, The Good and Goodbye, The Hope Beyond Letting Go. It's time for us to let go and go right into our purpose-fulfilled life. That's what we're doing right here on Buzzing Off with Lutonya. More to come. We have a special guest, Artist Spotlight, Dante Hall. Y'all keep it locked right here on Industry Buzz. That's with 3Zs.com. Alright, here's your boy John the Kid Star, and I'm going to be hosting at the 7th Annual Black and White Ball. Only way you can get the tickets is going to Industry Buzz with 3Zs.com. Come and join us. I'm going to be hosting with Cruz, Washington, Grant. Come get lit with us at 9917 at Industry Buzz with 3Zs.com. Be bold, be fearless, be you right here on Buzzing Off with Lutonya. Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is your girlfriend, your buddy, your pal, Lutonya of Industry Buzz with 3Zs.com. Connect with us today to find out how you can become a special guest on our show. Go to Industry Buzz with 3Zs.com, click Be Our Guest. We look forward to having you right here on Buzzing Off with Lutonya.
Hey, what's going on? This comedian BLT.
Hey guys, I'm Oh So True.
Hi, my name is Brandon Reynolds.
It's real Shannon D, and you rocking with Industry Buzz, 3Zs.
With 3Zs.
With 3Zs.
Industry Buzz with 3Zs.com.
Make sure you stay locked in to inspiration.
Hey everybody, this is Leticia Morris, and you're tuning in to Industry Buzz with 3Zs.com.
Hey, what's cooking, good looking? Welcome back to the Buzzing Off with Lutonya TV show. Y'all always catch me laughing. These rascals in here be having me laughing. But I am so ecstatic and happy that Dante Hall is in the building. He is our artist spotlight on today. Man, when I say his voice will make you do some things.
Hey, that's good.
We try to keep it inspirational, but y'all know what I'm talking about. There's some good singing, but it's good to have you, Dante.
Thanks for having me.
Man, I've seen you all over the place, but I first met you a couple years ago with Lamaya.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, I think I remember that.
Yeah,
Yep,
and you was with Donald Lawrence. I
Yep.
did some stuff with Donald Lawrence, and now you're here.
Yep.
How did you end up getting started into, singing?
It's the craziest thing. I'm someone that is corporate America. I went through the, how your parents say, go to college.
Yeah.
So I went and got my bachelor's from Purdue and my master's from DePaul, and was working in corporate America. Then there was this big layoff. I always knew that I could sing, but there was this big layoff, and got approached by Donald Lawrence to start singing with company out of nowhere, just from doing Hezekiah Walker overdubs. I had never even done any gospel studio type stuff. I was there with my suit, tie, and briefcase because I was coming from work.
Wow.
So I was the one. Something in here doesn't quite match, and that was me. But only to find out that later on that year I'd be laid off and I'd be laid off and available. So when he called, like, hey, can you come sing with us? It's only 9 of us, and it's kind of a coveted spot, but I feel like you can do it. And I'm like, okay. And my first gig was in London.
Wow.
Who in the world?
Who does that?
So that's how I got started in singing professionally. So just so you know, I went from my church choir to Donald Lawrence.
Oh, wow. That's a huge
Yeah,
jump.
and then to Yolanda Adams, and then Anita Wilson. And I sing with all 3 still, even though I have my own single, my own solo project stuff going on. Yeah.
Wow. I love all of them, too.
Yep.
I love all of them. Now, when you say your suit and tie, that Justin, who is that?
Yeah, Timberlake.
I'll be on my suit and tie. Now, the last time that I saw you, you was at Jake Grant Experience.
Absolutely.
And I was just like...
At LaMelle's.
Yes.
Yep.
I was like, I miss his voice. Now, I heard you, of course, and I have your CD and everything, but I just missed your voice hearing you live.
Yeah.
But since then, you have been touring and stuff. How has this evolved for you?
It's really interesting because I sing background for those artists, like I said, but I'm also on the McDonald's tour. So that's this is my 3rd time doing the McDonald's tour with Donald Lawrence and about 7 artists, just doing house backgrounds for them. Along with that, I released my own record called Classic Volume 1. And I said, you know what, I should have my own tour. So I was actually doing background on the McDonald's tour and then my own 15-city tour. I funded it myself. I booked all the venues myself. I did all the traveling myself. My band and singers, I just did everything myself because I wanted to make sure that at my ripe age that I would not be taken advantage of when the next tour comes, because you read things, you see unsung, you see all the things. You say that it's because typically people are not aware of what happens on the business end, and so I just wanted to make sure that I did it all myself and that it represented me. Of course, it was on a much smaller scale than some of the tours that I've been involved in doing background, but it was my tour.
But I think that makes it more intimate, though.
Absolutely.
So just because it may feel like it was small, people are starting to love the intimate selling, being able to talk to you, connect with you. And I think that people now, it's 140 characteristics.
Yeah.
We're on the phone all the time, but just being able to make a connection, to you, I think that that's big and that's huge.
And let me tell you something. We rocked those cities.
Man, I know you did. I saw you. I was like,
those cities are now calling me back.
Wow.
To where it might be like 25, 30 cities. So, that it was kind of like a seed planted. You know what I mean? And I'm glad that I'm seeing some flowers bud from that seed and the water that we put on.
Well, you're definitely planting, and God is giving the increase. You're continuously growing, and
I'm trying.
No, you ain't trying. You doing it. You doing it. Now, when an artist will come to you and they like, okay, how do I get started? What has been some nuggets that you would say that you would give?
I would say with anyone that wants to get started, you have to have a lot of faith, because everything that you are doing, you have it in your mind that it's going to be successful, but you need money, you need know-how, you need to know how to deal with promoters, you need to know how to deal with musicians, singers, sound systems. These are all the things that an audience is not going to blame it on. They're going to blame it on you.
Right.
Regardless of any of those things that I just mentioned, might be whatever. So that's what I would say. I would say you need faith and know-how. You know how to deal with all those things that I just mentioned, and a whole bunch of faith that, you know, I won't be singing to 300 empty chairs. You know what I mean? Because there's going to be some money that you got to, and then something else that I would say, invest in yourself. You know, it doesn't have to be the lofty investment of $20,000, $50,000, $60,000. But, you know, something as simple as, you know, when I have a new engagement, I buy a new jacket. Or you know, I've learned this program, or I've learned how to operate on social media. You know, you have to invest in yourself so that you can keep on, especially being an independent artist, that, you know, you really don't have the money to third party this thing. You got to do it yourself. Oh
yeah, it's a lot of guerrilla work.
Absolutely.
I know.
Absolutely.
I know. Now, when you get ready to go into, like, why did you decide to start working? Well, you're still working on those other projects. Why did you decide that it was time for you to move into your own?
It's a very funny story. My father, you ever met one of those ushers that might cuss?
And be like, give me your gum.
That's John Henry Hall. So imagine my mother, I went to school, grammar, college, and finishing school. They had to walk with the eraser and make sure that, and then juxtaposed to my father. That's like, oh, wow. I told you, Ada. You know what I mean? Wow. Anyway, he is the one. My mother has the gift. She sounds like Aretha Franklin and Karen Clark even today. Wow. She's amazing. So she has the gift, but he has the music mind. So growing up, we listened to Hall & Oates because of him. We listened to Queen because of him. We listened to, you know what I mean? Even though my mother was the beast, or is the beast, my father is the music aficionado, if you will. He dared me. He said, listen, I get it that you're with these gospel greats. You know, I met him because, I'm a family person. So anybody I sing for, sing with, chances are they've met my family because, I'm a family person. Right. He was like, but you grew up on Aretha Franklin, Al Green, Johnny Taylor, all people that are tied closely to the church, but did not sing church. Ultimately, they were ministers. Johnny Taylor, Clay Evans ordained Johnny Taylor. Johnny Taylor was a minister, but we only know him from Who Making Love to Your Old Lady. What? While you were out making love. Right? And we know Al Green is a preacher now. Yeah. But we still know Let's Stay Together. Right. And we know Aretha Franklin, Oh Mary Don't You Weep. But we also know RESP, right. Whatever. Respect. So he dared me. He said, I feel like you can be in that lane, tied to the church, but still doing feel-good music. He said, don't think Sunday morning, think Saturday morning when you're cleaning. That music. I said, wow. And he dared me, and I did it.
Wow, and you're definitely doing it. Before we close out, where do you think music is today? Okay.
I think that it's at a great place. The reason why I think that it's at a great place is because with the advent of being able to be independent, there's just great music out here. Now, it might not be mainstream, it might not be everything that you hear, but if you do a little scrubbing, if you do a little searching, like, you can find some amazing singers. It's almost like a leveling of the playground, because you're able to, I remember when I did What About My Love, I submitted that from my house. I was able to put that on iTunes and everywhere from my house. When I did the video, I was able to submit it to YouTube from my, so in my opinion, the music industry is much better because you got pure souls like me that just want good, like, I love Frankie Beverly and Maze. When I hear Frankie Beverly and Maze, I feel a certain way. And so I'm able to recreate that to people, and maybe they feel a certain way when they hear my stuff. So
make me feel some type of way.
And the other thing is that I don't think that classics, which is why I named my record Classic Volume 1, I don't feel that classics should have to be dusted off. I don't feel like you should have to go to crates to hear something that sounds classic. I feel like you should be able to do something on Bluetooth that you should be able to ride and end up just hearing it, and it not be something from, you know, it might feel like a throwback, but it doesn't have to actually be.
Right,
So
right.
That's where I am.
The modern sound of classic.
Absolutely. Feel good music today.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, we're definitely feeling good right here on the Buzzing Off with Lutonya TV show. Don't go anywhere. Dante Hall is still here with us, and I know you want to hear that feel good music. Keep it locked. More to come right here on Buzzing Off with Lutonya.
Hey, what's up, Twan?
Hey, guess what, bro?
What?
Guess who's hosting the 7th annual Black and White Ball?
BuzzZinOFF. Yeah, Twan. I know, man. You done told me 50 times.
Oh,
We know.
all right, man.
Hello?
Babe, guess what?
What's up, baby?
Guess who's hosting the 7th annual Black and White Ball?
BuzzZinOFF Awards at 3DZN.com. Twan, I know. I'm hosting it with you.
Oh, that's right.
I'm so excited. Aren't you excited?
Yes, I'm excited.
Oh, I gotta go. I gotta call my mama. Back.
Yeah, but who else can I call? I gotta call somebody else. I gotta call. Who else can I call? I gotta call.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I am your girlfriend, your buddy, your pal, Lutonya of Industry Buzz with 3Zs.com. These two right here is going to be hosting this year's 7th annual Black and White Ball and BuzzZinOFF Awards. You need to be there, right?
Yes, you gotta come. You better be there.
Hey, I'm gonna see all y'all in the building looking fresh and clean and flying your best Sunday suits.
It is a formal gala, and we're doing this to highlight the positive things that's going on in our community and provoke change. Our kids definitely need someone to look up to, right, guys?
That's
Absolutely.
right. That's right.
And that's why we're doing this event, to raise money for our next year Inspire Youth Media program. So join us September the 9th. September the 9th. September the 9th.
Hey, if you guys check out the Cruiser Watch show every Monday at 7 p.m., you can win the opportunity to get a free ticket to the show and follow me and Kim around backstage. All that VIP stuff is going down.
Hey, yeah, that's a dope prize. That's a $60 ticket. And you get food with that.
You get a lot of food with
We got
that.
some sandwiches.
We got some finger licking good food. But most of all, we need you in the building. You in the building. You in the building. Get all your cousins, your buddies, your friends, and pals, and let them know that you're getting dressed and they need to. 9917.
Yes, yes.
Going down.
Head on over to Industry Buzz. That's with 3Zs.com. Get your tickets today.
What can you tell your wife? She know too. Do me a favor, open up your window right now and tell somebody outside that I'm hosting the 7th annual Black and White Ball and BuzzZinOFF Awards for 3Zs.com. Please. Thank you. So you're not gonna tell your mama? Can you tell your mama at least to come? Huh? No.
That time of the year again. The 7th annual Black and White Ball and BuzzZinOFF Awards is here. Save the date, Saturday, September 9th, 2017. And join us as we celebrate our community heroes.
Hi, this is Dante Hall, and you're tuned in to Industry Buzz with 3Zs.com. Check it out. Hey, this is my rendition of Johnny Taylor's What About My Love? My dad dared me to sing it. He dared me to record it. And I did. And listen, I done got to the Grammy round, did all kinds of things. Pursue your dreams. It's all on you. This is what I told her. What about my love? It seems you have forgotten love. I do believe that something went wrong somewhere. Hey. What about my feelings? Do they mean anything at all? You got me so in love, I'm too blind to see. Now that you got my love, Now you wanna put me down. That ain't right. Now that you got my love standing on shaky ground. Listen, this is what I told her. What about it, baby? What about the days and the nights we spent? What about the love we made so sweet? I won't tell if you won't tell. Are you sure you wanna leave? Think it over, baby, 'cause girl, I believe it. I think you just might wanna change your mind. Now that you got my love, now you wanna put me down. That ain't right. Now that you got my love standing on shaky ground. Hey, do me a favor right wherever you are. Just bust a move. Bust a move. You've been working all week. You've been bound all up. Boss got all on your nerves. Kids all on your nerves. Just bust a move and give it up for Industry Buzz with 3Zs.com. That's what I told her. What kind of way is that to treat your man? Oh, when I gave all that I never had, you got me going through changes of life with you. Before you walk out the door, girl, are you sure you wanna leave? Think it over, babe, 'cause girl, I believe, I think you just might wanna change your mind. You got my love, you don't even come around. Yeah. Now that you got my love, you got me standing on shaky ground. Hey, now that you got my love, you don't even come around. You don't come around. Now that you got all my love, babe, you got me standing on shaky ground. Baby, won't you change your mind? Hey, baby, won't you change your mind? Hey, get in there. Thank you so much.
More to come right here.
Right here. Industry Buzz, Lutonya Lane. Hey. Baby, won't you change your mind? Hey. Baby, won't you change your mind? I'm looking for you to change your mind. Baby, won't you change your mind?
Thank you so much for buzzing off with me and my special guest on today. For more information about them, definitely head on over to IndustryBuzz with 3Zs.com. On there, you'll find out more information about Dante Hall. Yes, baby. Did you hear that good old music? Don't tell me that wasn't good music, good singing. I know, classic at its best. Volume 1. Y'all go ahead on over to IndustryBuzz with 3Zs.com. If you're looking to let go, moving into your destiny, your plan that God has for your life, the good and goodbye. Bye, Felicia. More information about our special guest right there on IndustryBuzz with 3Zs.com. We're created to inspire.
You've been listening to Industry Buzz with 3Zs Radio. Hosted by Lutonya. Tune in next Thursday. If you would like to be a guest on the show, send us an email at connect@industrybuzz.com. And remember, that's Buzz with 3Z. Join us today and bring in integrity back to media, highlighting inspirational news and music. Industry Buzz with 3Zs.com.